All right, welcome back to the WUB Wake Up Belize Morning Vibes. It's Monday morning, 17th of March. Again, if we look, if our office space looks different, that's because it is. We're not back at the zinc. We're there on water side. Halova Creek. We did a Spooner's Reggae Cafe. And the reason why we're here, that's not just because we like the show, we love show itself, for sure. But we got purpose in our showing ourselves this week because it is Reef Week 2025, building resilience from ridge to reef. I am Moside hosting today, and if you are familiar, you know this is something that happens every year. We line up and bring you Reef Week. And let me just mention the sponsors that we have for this special edition of WB, which is going to be throughout the week. Atlantic Bank, Benny's Home Center, Central Bank of Belize, CG United, Freetown Drugstore, Port of Belize, Wildlife Conservation Society, Oceana, Marlon Castillo Quality Meats, Human Dignity Trust, Design Depot, and World Wildlife Fund. And let me as well just quickly mention, Building Resilience from Ridge to Reef is the team, and we are celebrating. As you know, we are a founding member of Reef Week celebration here in Belize, and it's a thing that we are very proud of. I am now joined by two prominent leaders in the Belize Federation of Fishers. First conversation with the fisher folk, appropriately that we're there. We got fisherman back, we line up in the creek. We have from deep down south, we have Brother Densfield Augustine. He is the chairman of the St. Bite Fisher Association. And we have with us Vonetta Dawson, who is the ex-chair lady of Wabafu Fishers Association from Danwiga. So the South represented here right now to start it off. I have to say good morning and welcome to you both. When you come from far. Now I have to start with the sister first. But Augustine. Ladies first, sir. Tell me about yourself and tell me about your association before we go deeper into things. Tell me about yourself.
Well, I have Vonetta Dawson, come from a fishing family from Danwiga. All my life I am a fisher. I'm part of an association that Danwiga Wabafu. We try to fight hard for fishers, get more known and treat fairly, especially the blue band situation and stuff like that. So I stand up for most fisher most of the time because that's something where I love to do.
All right, so we can get to that. So you're not a fisher. You don't know just a member of the association.
No.
You actually go to water.
Yes.
Oh, let's make sure that they know that.
Jack of all trades in the water too.
All right, everything.
Everything.
So you not only fish, but you dive.
I also dive.
There we go. Respect. Brother Densfield, again, give thanks that you guys come all the way from the south. Good, give thanks to Nigel Martinez, the president of the BFF, for coordinating with us. Good having you here. Tell me about your association from St. Bite and a little bit about yourself as well.
As you know, I'm Densfield Augustine. I retired clerk, went back into fishing.
So you used to be.
I used to work with the government.
You used in the office.
Yeah.
You decided no day that no more.
I grew up fishing.
Yeah.
You know, so I'm back with it, and basically the objective in St. Bite fishing went a little dormant sometime.
Why would that happen? Why?
It'll be because traditionally we would fish near the coast.
Yeah.
And you don't get enough fishing along the coast. So, and the influx of tourism, with the influx of tourism on the peninsula, a lot of people tend to go into tourism, tour guides. Other people find jobs outside. When I went back home, we still have older folks fishing, but some younger folks did not have any jobs. So my intake was to revive the fishing industry, so that people realize what they are seeing, because people see things sometimes and they don't realize it. So we revived back that fishing association, and we're heading back on top of fishing. Uh,
No, to both of you, because before we jump into this conversation here and get live on here, we mentioned, I said, man, we don't really take it seriously because we come all the way from south for there would be early this morning. In fact, by the Densfield there before 7 o'clock. Sister Dawson there before 7:30. So we obviously take this opportunity seriously to come and talk to the nation. So I want to find out from both of you why we don't take it so seriously.
well, from my standpoint, two reasons. One, as I mentioned, you sometimes you don't wait until somebody make an opportunity for you. You have to go out and get it. And if there's means and ways that you can create that, then you go for it. That's one. Second, we believe that fishers are not being treated fairly. They say you live something and you are the one with the experience, so who feels it knows it. And a lot of times people who are sitting behind closed doors, behind the offices, are making decisions that are affecting us who are actually living it out there. So we want to highlight that. So those are the two main reasons.
Sister?
Where Mr. Augustine says, seeing the things that are happening out at sea, and you know, make a stand about it, whether we are left at the end of the day for go and job for continuous supply and feed with family after the job that we love, and I grew up on it, so I have to put a stand and help the fishers be seen and more respected in the field of job that we do.
Know that we are here, we know that our time is limited. But what are the most important thing, both of you respond to this, what are the most important thing you want everybody, whether listen or watch the show today, know you as a fisher and your fellow fisher folk, sisters and brothers, the face in 2025? What the number one thing we want to make sure with the time we have here, everybody with the listen and watch, know about?
Well, the most important thing I think everybody should look at is, I don't want a minister come and sit with fishers and feel where they go through, help with lowering the gas, because I think fishers use the most gasoline and Belize, and it's very expensive for we for fish and thing. Because like sometimes for me, that Griga, my expense are like $1,000 for 3-4 days. And that the gas, that the biggest part of it, and sometimes we don't make none at all, and then you have grants come in for everybody, but we happen to weed at the south, when area 3 to me than the most flourishing area where everybody wanted the fish, and we're being left out.
Okay, so just to make sure that, okay, I got the idea when you say area 3, but people who listen and watch don't know what the heck we talk about when we say area 3. So, what are area 3?
Well, there's zone we know in different areas, and area 3 is in front of Dangriga all the way to Placencia, St. Bite, and those areas. We're zoned off in two areas to fish. And in area 3, we're very responsible fishers. So everybody want to come in at the area and fish, but when you hear about grants being given to things, and then worse if you hear association is not together, you don't have an association, they don't really look for you. So like people like BFF, and so we appreciate that they push more into the net, so people when not really have an association and you're a true fisher, you still get assist. You're not left out because you don't have no association where could get this grant and push it. We have people like BFF where could receive those things and still help down the fishers down beneath. So they need to come and look more into the other, like the minister again, to come and sit it with and see how they could help, just like the cane farmers there.
What Densfield?
I can't echo that more than I could even possibly imagine. You understand me? Because like I said, on my behalf, like I said, I want to look on the fishers more. We have the enforcement parts of fisheries, and we have the social aspect where we fall in as the fishermen. You know, and we need to get looked at. Everything like again, thanks to BFF, then they highlight these things that where they assist we in the well-being of fishers, that then they look out for we, that then they make sure like, hey, listen to me, man, this not really the run, so or this is what this translates into. So these are then have we eyes and ears and more understanding, but all we get from other entities is enforcement. oh well, this year change, you have to do this like that, you have to do it. But then our well-being, it's like people they omit the fact that we actually survive and feed our families and send our kids to school. So what's in place for us to say help us, put the piece of the puzzle together so we both coexist? Because yeah, we have to have enforcement. Like with this blue bond, the zones are being narrowed in. So they you actually they feel now like then they push you out of the sea for come back for land. And this is their livelihood. So we want them to look at these things and create some balance whereby fishermen could be could live easier and actually survive properly.
No, one of the things from listening to Nigel and hearing from you both right here is, and this is just an observation of my opinion, right, is that right now, we have seen in the past where fisher folk and the conservation community would have times when they have a good understanding and they seem for they more in line. But just from hearing the cries and Nigel on the behalf of the fisher folk, especially those in a BFF, I think it's fair to say that right now, conservation community and fisher folk community not to see eye to eye, that on a relationship not in a good place.
I would definitely say so, yes, because there's a lot more dialogue that needs to happen. There's a lot more because sometimes you get certain things halfway, Mose. Like people don't come to you with the meat of this thing here, give you halfway so that they could facilitate their agenda. You understand? And then after that, boom, it's